So, I made a video 2 years ago. I want to say about 2 years ago, talking about you're not crazy if you go to therapy. Today's video, I want to talk about my updated thoughts on therapy. I no longer been going to therapy sessions basically since the start of this year. Or no, I guess December of 2025 going on this year. But anyway, my thoughts and feelings on therapy has kind of changed, and I just want to express my opinions on how I feel about it now, and today in 2026. So if you guys want to stick around for the rest of the video, please do. If you're new here, make sure y'all subscribe and check out the other stuff on the channel, man. Happy that you're watching the video and join the channel and stuff like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight to it. All right, so um, when I was going to therapy, the main thing for me was to help me process my thoughts and my feelings and stuff like that. I'm a type of person, which I mean, this isn't really rare, but I can suppress a lot of feelings and things like that, on some like volcano stuff. And I know a lot of people can do the same thing, but a lot of stuff can be happening and I just like keep going past it instead of like kind of dealing with it right then and there until it kind of could get to a point where it's kind of overbearing and stuff like that. So sometimes I need help to, help process how I feel about stuff, or, take the time to really feel, like ask myself why am I feeling this way or why I'm doing something like that. Cause that's something that I constantly deal with. But connecting that back to therapy, again, like that's the reason why I kind of go to therapy now or whatnot. But I think therapy can be used as a way of like everybody needs therapy. I definitely think it's a tool, but I don't necessarily think everybody needs therapy or you need to be in therapy for like forever, for the rest of your life kind of thing. Like I think it's like you come to it when you need another perspective or another way of dealing with something or reasoning with something like that you might have just never been exposed to. A lot of people, I feel like, when it comes to why they do the things that they do, whether it's habits that they have like smoking or drinking or whatever kind of habit it is, or like whatever it is, a lot of people may not know why they do what they do or where it came from, how it came, or what feelings do they normally feel when they're doing the act. What is driving those feelings? What's driving you to push you to that behavior? Like if you have a short temper or something like that, um like what usually drives you to get there? Is it, the person cutting you off in traffic? Is it, I don't know, you lost something, you maybe lost your keys or something like that, or you locked yourself out or something like that, or you was late to work, or like is it like a combination of a lot of little things that add up? Because I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, that's kind of usually what it be for me. I ain't gonna lie to you, but um it's like taking the time to really like know yourself like that. And I think therapy is a tool to help you get to know yourself. Basically, I guess I'm trying to say, it's a tool to help you get to know who you are, to get to know your triggers, to help you get to know yourself on a level like what to do when you feel like you at your tipping point, before you about to spaz out, or before you get sent to like a depressive episode or anything, like you feel like you about to go into a slump, or stuff like that. I feel like that's what therapy is used for. But at some point, I feel like at some point you need to get to know yourself that well to where when these obstacles come, you know how to maneuver, you know how to manage your emotions and manage your behaviors to the point where it's not clashing and colliding with your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? To a point where you losing your job, you can't keep a job, you can't keep a marriage or relationship, a healthy friendship or a relationship with your family and stuff like that. Like, I feel like that's when it's very dangerous and it's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? or you just don't like yourself. You don't feel positive about yourself. I definitely think that's also another reason. But at some point, you got to take the time to get to know yourself, to really understand why you do what you do, and taking the time to really understand that. And I feel like a lot of people don't take that time to get to know themselves. We rush into relationships or all this other external stuff instead of taking the time to get to know ourselves. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Some of this stuff, like, at least in my opinion, like, some stuff you're not going to know until you're tested. Like, until you're in a relationship, there's only so much you could do by yourself while being single, until you're dealing with somebody on a regular basis, to where that's being tested constantly. Otherwise, there's really only so much that you can do by yourself. But still, I feel like there's always work to be done on a personal level. Um and that's I feel like that's the difference from me making this video now and when I was making that video 2 years ago about, therapy. I still don't think it's a bad tool. I definitely think it's a tool that you should utilize, a tool that you should at least experience. And not every therapist is gonna be the best therapist for you. You gotta find someone who sticks with you. The main thing is, I feel like you got to take that time within yourself to get to know yourself. For me, like I said in previous videos, I do this with journaling a lot. I journal how I feel, even if I'm super mad, and you could tell, like, by how I'm writing it. Like, I'm super mad, or I'm sad, I'm depressed, or I'm just down in the dumps. I write it all. I write when I'm happy, when something's going on, when I got a lot on my mind, when I'm anxious. Every single thing for me, I write it down. It's a tool to help me get what's out of here and what's in my heart and getting it out instead of suppressing it and holding it in. It's an outlet for me. Some people outlets is their hobbies, whatever it is, like music or anything like that. I feel like everybody got to have their own form of expression, but at some point you gotta deal with what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? To understand what makes you mad, and you know, being able to manage your emotions to the point where you're not being irrational, or you're not lashing out at any and everybody because you feel a certain type of way. Because in my opinion, that's not okay. That's toxic, and that's not okay. I don't care who you are. So yeah, man, that's one of my biggest things. I guess I touched on it before, but like I said, I don't agree with, like, everybody needing therapy, or like therapy being getting pushed out like crazy. I don't agree with that narrative, in my opinion. To me, it's more so like a suggestion. It's a recommendation, but it shouldn't be forced upon. It shouldn't be, oh, you really, like, I say take it. Like, I would say at least try it. You know what I'm saying, before you make your judgments or anything like that, and find someone you can really connect with. Someone who can give you a different perspective. Another method, because let's say like, again, with this hot temper, let's say you're very hot tempered and you get mad easily, but every time you get mad or you get angry, you lash out. You just lash out, and you could take this out on anybody. This could be your friend, your partner, your coworker, anybody. You could just take it out on people. But if you've been doing that all your life, and you just been having bad results and things like that, but then you go to therapy or something like that, and you talk to them, that you go over your day, what made you feel this type of way, and maybe they suggest, like, okay, you feel this way, how about this? Whenever you feel like you about to crash, take a deep breath, reset, relax, or think about your happy place or something. Think about something to get your mind off of what you're angry on, basically, to help reset and calm you down. Then come back. Well, if you got to even walk away from the situation to do all this, do that. But come back, calm and relax, and deal with it. Like, if you didn't know that approach or something like that, you just gonna keep banging your head into a brick wall for all your life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what therapy can be. a tool and using. It's like again, you hitting your head on a brick wall, and it's like, hey, bro, there's a door right here, bro. Like, hey, you don't gotta keep hitting your head through the wall to get through here. There's a door right here, bro. Like, come over here, bro. Come over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something like that. And I feel like that's what therapy can be used as. You don't have to do it, but I would strongly recommend it. But I haven't been going to therapy since basically last year, the end of last year. Mainly for me is just because I've been really tuned in with this journaling thing and just expressing myself within my journals and stuff like that. And I even reflected on a couple journal entries that I used to write back when I was basically fresh out of high school. Like, and my life was completely different from where I was at now. And I still think about it, but I've been really just kind of been tuning in with that. Um, but I still get mad or I still get sad down in the dumps. All that stuff still happens, but I feel like I'm still working on how I deal with those emotions or how I deal with those thoughts to where it's not preventing me from getting to work or, trying to be the best person that I possibly can be to the people who love me and stuff like that. And trust me, I be in my head a lot, but I still try to show up the best that I can. And, it's hard. Um, and I have people around that I could talk to help get what's on my mind and maybe get another perspective. But all I'm saying all that for is I still had to take time within myself to, like, I had to sit myself down, have a conversation with myself to be like, hey bro, like, what I'm saying, we gotta really deal with what's going on here. Like, what's really the issue, and really tackling that issue head on. Like, it's great that we got support and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, I gotta deal with myself. My therapist can't save me from whatever this is. My relationship or whatever can't save me from what it is. My parents can't save me from whatever this is. The alcohol, the sex, the all the other distractions and other things that can't save me from whatever is blocking me from whatever I'm really feeling. It can't save me from none of that. At some point, I gotta deal with it. I gotta come at it face to face and really deal with that problem head on. And that's where I'm at right now. And I haven't been in therapy, like I said, since last year. And nothing wrong with my therapist. He was a great guy. I just feel like things is changing. Things is changing, and I'm changing as a person. I talked to him probably 2 months ago. Talked to him 2 months ago. He checked in, cause I had came back from a trip, and we caught up and stuff like that. But I'm just not planning on going back right now. Um, so we're gonna see. And I don't. Also, the other thing about like therapy, I don't think therapy is one of those things where you have to attend the sessions when something is like wrong with you or something's going wrong, like your life basically falling apart. I'm not really one of those people who agree like you have to just attend the sessions when something's bad going on. It could be when something good going on. Like you could just it don't have to be anything horrible, but I just want to address that because I feel like that's a stigma. Like you had to be going to therapy because basically your life is crumbling and falling apart. Like, no, I don't think that's necessarily the case. Um, it's like a maintenance thing. It's like a checkup, like a physical checkup, just to make sure everything, like your body's straight and all that. It could be kind of just like that. If something's going on, cool, we'll address it. If nothing going on, cool, like we just vibing. It's to me just like a physical checkup, just like how you would check, like how you get your body checked out and make sure everything's fine. Same thing with how you feeling mentally and all that. I feel like it's the same thing. But yeah, that's really my thoughts on this topic. I feel like I said, my thoughts have just been changing about that as I've been growing and changing as the years go by. But y'all let me know what y'all let me know what y'all think like about therapy and whether or not you tried it, your experiences and stuff like that. Um, this is the second therapist I've had ever since like basically high school. Yeah, First one I had, I was in high school, or like, yeah, about the end of high school. But this is the second one I had, and we just gonna see from here. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna go again. I may in the future, just not right now. I'm kind of just taking a break and taking this time within myself. But yeah. Again, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments, any questions or anything like that in the comments below. Make sure you guys like video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all want to see, man, and I'll see y'all in the next video. But yeah, peace out.